In this video, we will determine the equation of the line passing through two given points. We will be going over 3 different examples. If you would like more practice problems, go ahead and check out the links in the description box below. Now let's take a look at our first example. We have points 1, 2, and 3, 4. We want the linear equation to be in point-slope form, and for point-slope form, this equation can be used. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. And for all point-slope form equations, this will be used. So first we want to find the slope of the equation, which will be our m value here. So to find the slope, we can use this equation. M equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And to figure out what these values you have to plug in here, we look at our given points here and we label them. So for 1, it's our first x value, so we label it as x sub 1. 2 is our first y value, so that'll be y sub 1. 3 is our second x value, so that will be x sub 2. And 4 is our second y value, so that's y sub 2. Now all we have to do is plug it into this equation here. So we have 4 minus 2 over 3 minus 1. And we calculate that to get 2 over 2. And we simplify it to have m equals 1. So we plug that into our point-slope form equation in blue here, and m equals 1. And now all we have to do is plug in our given values for y sub 1 and for x sub 1. So that means our point-slope form equation for example 1 will be y minus 2 equals 1 times x minus 1. Now let's take a look at another example. We have points 15, 12, and 7, negative 9. We'll be using the same point-slope equation, which will be y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. And the first thing we're going to do is find our slope, which is m. And we're going to be using this equation again, which is m equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And we label our given values, so 15 will be x sub 1, 12 will be y sub 1, 7 will be x sub 2, and negative 9 will be y sub 2. Now we just plug in those values into our slope equation and we get negative 9 minus 12 over 7 minus 15. And we calculate that to get negative 21 over negative 8. And we know that two negatives divided by each other equal a positive, so we have our slope equal m equals 21 over 8. So we plug that into our equation for point-slope form, and now we just use these values that are given to us for our coordinate points to fill in our y sub 1 and our x sub 1. So our point-slope form equation for example 2 will be y minus 12 equals 21 over 8 times x minus 15. For our last example, we have points 3, 2, and 6, 3. You can go ahead and pause this video to see if you can figure this out on your own first before we go ahead and solve it. Okay, again, we'll be using this equation for our point-slope form. We start off by figuring out our slope first, which is our m. So m equals this equation. And we know that it'll be 3 minus 2 over 6 minus 3. And that simplifies to 1 over 3. So for this example, our slope will be m equals 1 over 3. And now we just plug in our given values. So we'll be using the first one here. And it'll be y minus 2 equals 1 over 3 times x minus 3. And this will be our equation in point-slope form for example number 3. Again, if you would like more practice problems, check out the links in the description box below. And as always, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe for more videos.